A lot of people are interested on how to go ahead and start hunting higher level monsters. So let's go ahead and talk about everything that you want to take advantage of in order to start hunting the higher level monsters, and maybe make it a goal like myself to try to get as high as you can up to the level 30 monster that everybody wants to be able to hunt regularly. So the first thing that you need to know is that the hero level that you're going to be using does indeed matter. The higher the hero level, the more hero attack, defense, and HP that it's going to have, and the more effective it's going to be. So, hero level, try to have your highest level hero if you can, trying to do all the hunting for you. The other thing is, I like to have a dedicated monster hunt hero, and for this one, it's going to be this one's Frades. Now, I have most of my heroes dedicated to one thing. Like for instance, I have this one as my cavalry hero, this one as my ranged hero, etc, etc. The reason for that is because if you do have a hero that is going to be dedicated to monster hunting, you can then use these runes right here, which are hero attack. Now right now I have them at purple grade, and that means that each one is going to give me 80 hero attack for a grand total of 240. Now if you can get them even higher, even better, and if not, just roll with what you got. All right, so hero level and the runes, and if you have a dedicated monster hunter, that's going to be the best way to go. The next thing is the gear. Of course, the higher level gear that you have as far as the enhancement, the better. As you can tell here, the gear sets or things like that does not matter. So for instance, you see here that I have 3 guardian pieces and I have 3 conqueror pieces. The reason for that is because for each slot, that's the highest enhanced gear that I have, and it doesn't matter what set you get it from. A +2 helmet, no matter if it's conqueror, destroyer, etc, will give you the same stats as far as for monster hunting. So just try to go with the highest available that you have. Don't worry about, making a set or anything like that. I will give you this tip though. If you're going to be working on different sets, what I would suggest you do is try to level up a different item for each set. Like for instance, if you have the destroyer armor, try to get that up while you also take the guardian weapon up, and then also the conqueror helmet, and then maybe you get the dominator offhand, things like that. That way that you're working on different items that will also benefit your monster hunting. Because for instance, if you have a couple of main hands from different sets that are all at +2, it's great for the different sets, but for monster hunting, it's not really going to get you over the top. So keep that in mind. Now, I'm just able to hunt level 29s. I'm just shy of level 30. So if you're wondering just how much you need for level 30, I'm hearing that the sweet spot is just about 13,300, give or take, and that's really what I'm aiming for. And another quick tip is that the main hand and the offhand, because these are the ones that give you hero attack, those are the ones that are going to be most important, because the hero attack is the one that will give you the most benefits out of all the sets. So we talked about the hero level, the runes, and then the gear and the enhancements needed. The other thing that you want to make sure you take advantage of is the daily buff. What I mean by that is if you go over here to the world bonus, every Monday you get +300 hero attack, and that is going to be huge because that is going to be available to you all day, and 300 hero attack is quite a benefit to have. So on Mondays is going to be your best bet just because of this extra buff. The other thing is the town mode. Now, of course, most of you already know that in town mode you get 3 different buffs, and you also get to refresh them. So what I would suggest you do is you refresh each time up until you get a jackpot for hero attack, and then make sure that you activate it. And then once you activate 1 and then 2, you go ahead and keep refreshing up until you can get all of these jackpots activated. Keep in mind that you don't have to refresh and get them all at the same time. You can just refresh until you get buff 1, do enough quests to get that activated, and then refresh the next 2, etc, etc, and you keep doing that up until you have all of these buffs, and that essentially is going to give you another 300 hero attack. Now, after all that is said and done, the higher your lord level, like for instance right now I am level 49, the higher your Lord level, the more Lord skills that you're going to be able to put. And that's going to give you the option to have what I would call a monster specific skill tree. So on this one, if you go over to the battle tree, you'll notice that this tree is specifically designed to boost my hunter or my monster hunting stats. That's hero attack, hero HP, and hero defense. So you can tell here, defense is only at 1 to 10 because I don't have enough levels to actually max it out. Because what I did is, I focus on attack and HP, and as you keep getting further down the tree, you just got to make sure that you put the minimum required to advance all the way until you get down here, right here, and that's hero attack 2, hero HP 2, and hero defense 2. You want to go ahead and max those out, and once you have those maxed out, you want to make sure that you come back over here and get these maxed out. Now if you already have these maxed out, you can then start worrying about troop march speed, for instance the hunting march speed, because that's the one that's going to benefit your hunting. Monster hunt attack, this one's definitely going to be beneficial to max out, etc. So if you have a tree specifically for monster hunting, that is going to give you an amazing boost, and the higher the level you are, the more skill points that you're going to be able to use. So with all of that being said, and you have everything that we've talked about so far, and as you can tell right now, I can actually go ahead and hunt level 27s. I'm at 13, let's just say 13,295, and I'm able to just hunt the level 27s. Now if you jump over to the level 28s, you see here that unfortunately I'm just shy of 28, and I'm just shy of the level 29s as well. I cannot hunt them. But here is the kicker. If you go over here to your boost and you go over to hunt, there is some hunt items that you can use to boost your damage. Now of course you can use 30%, 35% depending on what you have, and if you do not have any, you can always buy some like you see here from the top. And also if you go over to the VIP shop, and you'll be able to get some from here. So if you see here 35% monster hunt, that's only 2,300 gold. I say only because gold is fairly simple to get from the Inferno events. So you just go ahead and use these buffs, and you're going to be able to hunt maybe 1 or 2 levels above what you normally are going to be able to hunt with everything else that we spoke about. So we see here the Destroyer Eye School is just at about 17,000 CP, and I'm just at 13,000. So let's go ahead and add a buff. Let me use the 30% that I have 22 of, because why not? If I use a 35, I know that I definitely can do it with a 30. So let's just go ahead and use a 30 just to show you guys. And there we go. My CP now jumps up to 14.5, and that is just enough to actually take down this monster. So let's go ahead and take it down. Let's speed it up for the sake of the video. And now we're gonna go ahead and race over to this monster, and boom, level 29. So one way to know how close you are to going to the next one is once you go ahead and defeat the monster like I just did here, you go over to your mail and you take a look at how much damage you dealt. 100%, and my hero was left with about 18%. Coincidentally, if I was hunting out the level 27s, notice that my hero is left with just about 2%, 0.7%. So that means I am just squeaking by in order to beat this level 27. So when you see here that with this buff and everything else we talked about, I still have about 18%. That goes to show you that I am much closer to level 30 than I initially thought, because if I was just beating the level 29s, I would only have like 2%. So if you take a look at what the level 29s require, that's 16,700 CP, and you go over to the level 30s require 17.6, so we're talking about 1,000 CP. So that means that if I can get my hero about 400 to 500 more CP, that should give me just enough to finally be able to take down the level 30s. But yeah, if you guys know of any other tips that I might have missed, definitely leave it in the comment section. And if this was helpful, make sure that you like the video and you subscribe for more Iron Thrones videos. But yeah, appreciate you guys for watching, and until later, bye.